Hey, you football supporters, here is yet another engaging video. Are you prepared to hear about some of the most infamous and historically forbidden football tactics? Life has laws and limitations that are put in place to ensure that we all stay in line, whether or not we wish to follow them. There are also a lot of strange laws in sports that participants, spectators, and teams must observe carefully to avoid being penalized. Yet, just because a league implements certain measures doesn't necessarily mean that they make sense. For this reason, I looked at some of the most bizarre things that football sports have ever forbidden. There are some items that you just cannot wear as a football player to a game for the straightforward reason that they are prohibited from the activity. While a few players have actually gotten away with wearing these prohibited accoutrements on the field, you would be required to remove them right away if you were spotted. Let's start our today's video that will tell you the banned accessories in football. Electronic correspondence. Players are not allowed to wear or use any type of electronic communication equipment, including substitutes and sent-off players. For tactical or coaching purposes, team officials may utilize any type of electronic communication, but only compact, portable, handheld equipment is allowed. A team official will be dismissed if they utilize unauthorized equipment or act inappropriately as a result of using electronic or communication equipment. 8. Vuvuzelas. The Vuvuzela, which was arguably the most well-known item ever banned from a FIFA World Cup stadium, rose to popularity during the 2010 World Cup as fans started buying them in large quantities. FIFA determined that the only course of action was to prohibit it from all of their stadiums in South Africa when this started to anger them. In the years that followed, other football teams in their respective domestic leagues followed their example, and given that Vuvuzela was added to the list of prohibited items for this year's tournament, it appears that FIFA has continued to push this prohibition throughout the previous few years. Photo props. Since fans have been banned caught using selfie sticks during games and obstructing other fans, selfie sticks have grown extremely irksome for several football teams in recent years. In addition, FIFA may have banned phone accessories from several of their stadiums due to the ease with which they could be turned into weapons. When selfie sticks were first made widely available in 2016, they were one of the most popular goods, but since Tottenham Hotspurs followed suit and banned them from their stadiums later that year, it has been a nightmare for football teams. Skateboards. It should be obvious that since they would obstruct the action, all forms of transportation would be prohibited within stadiums. Skateboards would have to be treated the same as bikes because bikes are prohibited inside and because anyone may take up a skateboard and use it as a weapon. Skateboards aren't the ideal mode of transportation for fans to use to get to stadiums, but if they do, they are urged to put them in a storage area before attempting to enter, otherwise, they risk being denied access. Flags a certain size. FIFA went one step further by announcing that flags and banners larger than 2x 1.5 meters will not be permitted, despite the fact that many football clubs around the world have already prohibited banners with attached poles because poles can be used as weapons. Smaller flags and banners are still permitted as long as they are made of low fire hazard materials. For their security teams to approve them, these flags must also comply with all other laws and regulations. Larger flags frequently block the view of many other supporters, which is the basis for the flag restriction. Aerosol cans, spray cans and other devices that could be used to damage the arena's surface, as well as flares, marker pens, firecrackers, pyrotechnics, and other materials, articles, and objects have all been banned, as was to be expected. Many of these products are prohibited due to the potential negative effects they may have on other spectator fans as well as health and safety regulations. This is not a new addition to the list. Aerosols have long been prohibited from several stadiums and FIFA venues. Food and beverage. Since they can be thrown at players on the field and injure them, glass and plastic bottles have long been prohibited from football stadiums. However, FIFA World Cup stadiums have also outlawed food and drink, flasks, alcoholic beverages, and liquids in containers greater than 100 milliliters. The fact that supporters are not permitted to bring their own food into stadiums, which has never been done before, may be due to FIFA's increased pressure to encourage them to purchase merchandise from the tournament's sponsors. HELMETS, MRSKS. It makes natural that the World Cup has stepped up its game given the recent improvement in public place security measures. This implies that helmets and masks are strictly forbidden because many stadiums feel the need to identify supporters as they pass through the turnstiles. The World Cup in Russia this year will not permit the use of any means of disguise or objects especially aimed for concealing a person's identity, according to FIFA. This implies that visitors who are riding motorcycles will need to leave their helmets at the stadium. Chewing gum. Back in 2014, there were rumors that security was actually taking chewing gum away from several World Cup attendees since it wasn't a brand supported by one of FIFA's official partners. It's interesting to note that FIFA would prefer fans to drink beverages provided by their official partners, which is why food and beverages have been prohibited during the last few World Cups. Although it is unknown if supporters will be asked to remove any gum from their mouths before entering the stadiums, unopened sticks of gum have previously been seized. So those are the football accessories that have been permanently outlawed. But I have a question for you. Should these forbidden techniques be allowed to reappear or should they remain forbidden? Tell me in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a